People always thought that cats knock over stuff just because they like it. In reality, they are lazy agents of a primordial force of chaos, and knocking stuff over is the bare minimum that earns them benefits like always landing on their feet, or 9 lives. I slunk in through the cat flap without a sound, the object of my latest hunting trip held carefully in my jaws. Pausing in the living room, I looked at my impious housemate. Sleepy, lounging in a sweatshirt, our human had doffed upon returning home, and left in a rumpled bundle on the coffee table. Pathetic. You know, I say into his mind, I usually find the names that humans presume to encumber us with to be cloying and childish, and that's at best. But yours is rather fitting. Sleepy. Yes, I am rather sleepy, aren't I? The sweater is warm, Sleepy commented insipidly, and then yawned as he kneaded the garment he lay atop. I sneered at him. We are agents of chaos. We were spawned by the very primordial forces of discord to bring forth pandemonium upon this pitiful world. You shame us all with your sloth and indolence. Hey, I'm an agent of chaos too, Sleepy protested. He swatted half-heartedly at a coffee cup that sat beside him on the table, and barely grazed it. It rocked and clattered, but only moved a few inches. I just stared at him. Sleepy hissed and aimed his second swipe better, knocking the cup off the table. There, he said smugly. See, you knocked over a cup, I said flatly. An empty cup. He rolled onto his back and pawed at the air in a disgustingly kittenish display of playfulness, purring contentedly. Whatever, chaos is chaos. I stalked past the table with a disgusted snort. His was the attitude that all too many of the current generation of cats hold. Knocking objects off tables. Oh, it's amusing enough. And a perfectly fine supplement to add on to one's more substantial offerings to Discord, I'll admit that, but it's all they do anymore. Granted, even with such perfunctory offerings of minimal disorder, performed nonchalantly and without ceremony, are enough to retain the favor of the primordial powers of chaos we serve. The whole universe slides towards entropy, after all, and so entropy can afford to be patient, so even a cat who does so little will be blessed by them, to move in silence and land on his feet for every day of his 9 lives. But we are not timid, browsing creatures to simply remain content with tiny, easily plucked morsels of mayhem and disorder. We are hunters. We should hunt for true chaos and stalk it with relish. Where have all of the real cats gone? Where are the beasts humans once worshipped or feared, not daring to cross our path for fear of the misfortune we drag behind us, like the carcass of a freshly slain rat? Alas, we are so diminished from what we once were. I am in the minority. Sometimes I think I am the last of the faithful, the last of the true believers in our glorious mission. But if I must be the last, then I resolve that I shall also be among the greatest. I ran nimbly up the steps to the human's bedroom, still clutching to the object of my earlier hunt. At first I thought I would leave it right in the middle of their bed, but no. That was what a simpleton like Sleepy would do, having lovingly prepared this seed of chaos for planting. I would not be so foolish as to be careless in my sowing of it. Instead, I set my prize down and patiently pawed at the top drawer of the human female's nightstand until I got it open just wide enough to hop up and slip my present inside. She would, I knew, open it before she slept to retrieve her phone charger, and thus would be sure to find it before she and the human male retired for the evening. I nudged the drawer shut again and then padded away unhurriedly, confident in my preparations. I hadn't even gotten halfway down the stairs when I heard the human female scream. Even Sleepy perked up slightly. "What's her problem?" my contemptible counterpart mewed curiously. "I left something in her drawer," I said simply. Sleepy snorted disinterestedly, then relaxed and began to settle back down into the human's cast-off garment. Oh, what was it? A mouse, a bird, or something like that. Suddenly, there was a crash from upstairs, like something being hurled against the wall, and then shattering into a million pieces. The male and female could both be heard shouting. Sleepy surprised me by actually holding his corpulent hindquarters completely upright and staring towards the stairway in alarm.
"Tom, you worthless bastard!"
the female screamed.
"Whose freaking panties are these?"
"No," I replied, smugly. "Nothing like that." As I sauntered away contentedly, I swore I could actually feel the innumerable claws of glorious chaos bite a little deeper into the fabric of dull, orderly reality. The order of the universe still held firm, of course, but it was progress. And then distantly I heard 1,000 voices that were all one voice affectionately whisper 10 times 10,000 words into my eager ears. I could only make out 2 of them.
"Good kitty,"
I purred in response.